Well, everybody, we just about got the job done. Inter Milan beat us at Anfield by 1-0, but we do book our place in the quarter-final of the Champions League. I mean, the report card would probably read, could do better, should do better, need to do better. Look, firstly, let me say congratulations to Inter Milan for their win on the night. Lautaro Martinez goal, stunning strike. Nothing Alisson could have done about that. We'll pick the bones out of the build-up to it, Matip's clearance, the missed chances from us, and a few other bits and pieces as well. We weren't at our best tonight. Inter Milan deserve credit. They shot themselves in the foot a little bit with the Alexis Sanchez second yellow card, which of course resulted in him being sent off. But we just about scraped through, and I'm relieved. I'm thankful, obviously, that we've booked our place in the quarterfinals, but not good enough, really, from us. You can talk about the fact that we hit the post twice with Mohamed Salah. We hit the crossbar with Joel Matip. But I'm really struggling to put my finger on it. It could be that, of course, we had a lot of games in a really quick amount of time. We'll go through. I'll do my player ratings in a second. We'll be asking you guys for your man of the match as well. It'll be a Liverpool player man of the match, although there aren't many great candidates out there, in all honesty. But look, we got to give credit and I want to say it again, we got to give credit to Inzaghi and Inter Milan for really coming and having a good go, and they can leave with their heads held high. We can consider ourselves a little bit fortunate, maybe, to go through, but we could have and should have put that game out of sight by taking one of our chances, either later on in the game with some poor decision making in the final third, some great defending as well from Inter Milan. It's important we point that out. But all in all, look, it's just about job done, and we squeaked through to the quarterfinals. Don't like the fact that we lost at Anfield. But ultimately, look, if we go on to lift the European Cup this season, I won't give a shit. I won't look back at this and care. But we look toothless, as a lot of people in the chat are saying, in attack. You cannot be missing those opportunities. I mean, somebody had a pop at me in the live chat and our watch along over on Twitch saying that I was being critical of Mohamed Salah again. Well, I'm sorry. If you miss two very good chances, you should be doing better. We're talking about Mohamed Salah as being, rightly so, one of the best players in the world. But for the last 3 games, he hasn't impacted the game that much. And if those chances had to fall into somebody else tonight and it was Mane that hit the post, I'd be the same. I'd be criticising Sadio for opportunities he should have finished. Right, look, I'm going to do player ratings, and again, I'm going to probably be more critical than a lot of people will be happy with, but I think it's my honest opinion, and that's all I can ever give. So look, Alisson, I don't really have too much to be critical of Ali for, because the goal from Lautaro was just a world-class strike. I mean, you could have 2 goalkeepers in there, none of them are saving that. It had everything that a goalkeeper didn't want. It was curling away from his hand. It was just a great strike. So you got to give credit there to Lautaro Martinez. 6.5 for Alisson. Trent, it was always going to be a difficult night for Trent up against Perisic. We seen in the first leg that, Inter can make it very difficult for Trent to have an impact going forward as much as we would have liked. But I actually think Trent defended well in the first half. Second half, Inter stretched the game a little bit more. 7 for Trent. I think our fullbacks played well. I think Robbo played well on the far side. 7 for Robbo. Van Dijk and Matip. Van Dijk 7. Matip I'm going to be a bit more critical of, because a lot happened after Matip's clearance, but it was his misplaced ball up the line that ultimately gave the ball back to Inter Milan, which then led to Lautaro Martinez's screamer of a goal. So 6 for Joel Matip. Moving into midfield, Fabinho I thought was okay, actually. Yeah, I've no real criticisms of Fabinho. We were just a bit toothless. We just lacked something. I don't know, it's just we couldn't get going tonight. I don't know if it was just tired legs. I don't know if it was Inter Milan's very good play. I don't know if it was their system. I don't know if it was the fact that we brought Jones back in midfield and maybe we should have started Henderson or Naby Keita, or if it was Thiago coming back. Fabinho 6, Thiago 6.5. I thought he was okay in the first half. I thought he was quite good in the first half, actually. And that's that Thiago Fabinho stat out the window, by the way. That's the first game they've lost. They've both started. Curtis Jones, he was no better or worse, I think, than anybody in the midfield. Again, 6.5. Moving up top, Mohamed Salah. I don't know if Mohamed Salah is in a bit of poor form or if he's absolutely been marked out of the game. Because twice recently we've played against a back 3/back 5 and we haven't been able to get Mo involved in the game. I would like to see him switched up a little bit. I would like to see him switch the cross. They've lost 8 games together. That's the first game they've both started that they've lost. What was I talking about? Yeah, the switch from... I would like to see Salah switched a little bit over to the opposite side just to give him a breather, to give the opposition defender something to think about. He was in the right areas for his opportunities, but he just didn't finish them. First one, in fairness to Mo, he had very little to aim at. There was 2 Inter players back on the line. He had to try and be very precise. We're talking an inch here either way. 1 inch to the left, he's a hero. An inch to the right, it hits the post and comes back out like it did. So, what always you get from Mo is effort. And he doesn't shy away from it. So, give Mo a 6.5. Jota, I thought, was the worst of our front 3 tonight. Could be the fact that he's, coming back from a bit of time out. But I thought Jota was, very un-Diogo Jota-like tonight. Not very often we'll criticise him, but tonight I thought he was pretty poor. 5 for me for Diogo Jota. Sadio, I thought Sadio did okay, I don't really have too many criticisms of Sadio Mane tonight. Wished he had played centrally. I wish we had gone with Luis Diaz, Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, but I can understand why Klopp freshened it up. And ultimately, when the manager makes these changes, he hopes that he gets the response from the players that he wanted. But look, I'm very mindful of the fact that these lads have played a lot of football. Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, obviously with the AFCON, a lot of football. And there's a lot of tired bodies and minds in there, because when you're chasing down every trophy that's available, when you've just won a League Cup, had no time to celebrate, you come straight back in, another game, FA Cup, another game, Champions League, another game, chasing down Manchester City. I'm well aware of the toll and the impact it must be having on the lads, and I don't want to be overly critical of them. I don't. Sadio, last one, 7 maybe for Sadio, but I know it's easy for us here to get sidetracked and get angry and get frustrated, but we do have to be mindful of the amount of minutes these guys have played. And ultimately, we got the job done, just about. The Man of the Match poll is there for you guys if you want to have your vote as well. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Said the boys look tired tonight. Diaz should have come on much earlier. Mo needs to lift this game back up to his great level. We're through, that's the main thing. Let's smash Brighton. Cheers, Craig. Thank you. Yeah, so look, on Mo, I feel like Mo's just in a little... I don't even want to call it a dip. We had it with Sadio Mane beforehand. You might remember Mane went through a little phase where we wondered, was his head dropping? Had he dropped his form? And he turned it around. And Mohamed Salah will no doubt turn it around as well, because he's a wonderful, wonderful footballer. But it wasn't his best again tonight. But nobody was at their best. So I don't really know what to say. They weren't at their best. Over to you guys for the chat. I'm going to read out some more comments. And don't forget, I will be joined in 5 or 6 minutes by Mr. Paddy Murphy, Chris Stonage and Kyle from Nothing But Reds as well. Jota, poor tonight, said Andy Kirkman. Jones and Jota were anonymous, said Jason. Egyptian Pharaoh said sell Mane. I don't want us to sell any of the forwards, to be honest. Why was Diaz benched? I can imagine it was because of the amount of minutes he's played. Look at it from the perspective of what's happened since Diaz has come to the club. So he was away on international duty, where I think he played 2 games with Colombia, flew straight to Paris, and then from Paris over to Liverpool. was involved straight away and has played a lot of minutes since he's come into the club. So I can understand why Jurgen Klopp would have rotated tonight and put Jota on and gave Diaz a rest. Didn't work, but I don't really know where to go with it. I don't want to be salty because I think Inter Milan deserve credit. Over the two legs, it was a very close affair. The referee, people ask me for opinions on the referee. I thought he was shit, but I thought he was shit for both teams. I just don't think he's a very good referee. I don't really think he robbed us of anything, nor do I think he gave them anything too straightforward. I think he got the red card decision right for Alexis Sanchez. It was the second yellow. It wasn't great, but I don't think he impacted the game any more than our poor performance, really. I'm just glad that we got through, in all honesty. I'm relieved that we got through. And yeah, I just hope we have a better performance coming up at the weekend against Brighton, because yeah, that wasn't great tonight. And it's not very often at home on a European night we'll see a flat performance like that from Liverpool. But you know, at the end of the day, it's job done, and I'd rather be in our position than Inter's position right now. So yeah, if we had a loss coming, I'm glad it was now, said Ian. Yeah, look, if we have to take a loss, I'd rather take one like that, mate. You're right. Where you know, that's our first loss. We've been on a winning run of I think 12 or 13 games before tonight, and we lost that game partly because Inter were very good, and partly because we didn't put away the few opportunities that we did manage to create. You know, Joe Matip was very unlucky with his header. Mohamed Salah, I felt, with the first opportunity was very unlucky. Second one, look, I'm not making excuses. He should have buried the second one. Other than that, I mean, an absolutely world-class bit of defending / putting your body on the line from Arturo Vidal, which blocked Luis Diaz's late opportunity. And then there was another chance I'm thinking of where we played the ball from right to left. I think it was Van Dijk played it to Robbo. Robbo had 3 Liverpool players in the centre, Diaz, Salah and Mane, and one defender in between them. If he got it round that, we'd had a tap in. That didn't come off. So look, I don't want to overread into it. I don't want to bitch and moan about it too much, because job's done. We're through. But we need to be better. If we're to really think about chasing down a quadruple or a Premier League or to go and win this competition, we need to be better than we were tonight. But they'll know that. The boys will know that. That's a big dent in our players' confidence. Is it? I mean, you never want to lose, but as one of our friends in the chat said earlier on, if you're going to lose a game, best lose it in a game like that where we still go through. But I mean, will that take a bit of the mystique, a bit of the gloss off Anfield a bit to opposition teams who come? Maybe. I guess time will tell. But I tell you what, we won't have frightened many teams in the Champions League with that performance tonight. You know, Bayern Munich absolutely dismantled Salzburg in the other game. But we got through. That's all I can say. Just about got through. Hello from the USA. How are you, mate? Nice to see you in. Addicted Trader. Hope you're well. Van Dijk's first loss at Anfield. I don't know if that's the case. I know he lost. I think it was was it not the Premier League? He was 60 games without losing at Anfield in. I'm fairly sure that the stat was about the Premier League. True by the skin of our teeth, yes, said David. Look, folks, don't forget, do drop a like on the video. Please hit the subscribe button as well. We'll have our fan forum coming up now in 3 or 4 minutes. Myself, Paddy, Chris and Kyle from Nothing But Reds. I'll be asking the lads for their opinions on the game. It's always tough when I give my opinion, you know, because my opinion is just that. It's my opinion. But it's great to get a consensus on these things. So look, I'll go through a few more comments before we finish up. Sell Mane and Salah, I mean, I don't know where that's come from. No midfield. Yeah, wasn't great tonight in midfield. What about Nico of Fulham? Yes, Nico scored 2, I think, for Fulham tonight, was it? So congratulations to Nico for that. But yeah, ultimately, I think we need to start resting a few more lads, because Mane and Salah looked tired. Jota looked tired. Are we knocked out? No, we went through 2-1 on aggregate. Thiago was slow at tracking back, said Sonny. Poor Salah again, should start tacky, said Yusa. Look at our bench. Players are crying for more game time. Look, our bench was strong. Yes, our bench was strong tonight. Second to the ball a lot of the time, said John. Do I think Thiago should have stayed on? No, I think the legs of Jordan Henderson coming on was probably the right call. Liverpool every year have a lean patch around this time, said Gutam. I hope so we don't start it this year. Right, look, I'm going to bring the man of the match poll to a close. I haven't even seen who's in it yet, by the way. Connor put it up. Oh, okay, there we go. I won it. There we go. Craig won the Anfield Agenda man of the match poll. Yay. I didn't even know I was in that one, but it's probably a fair result, you know, because there's nobody really great from our side. Trent came in second place, so yeah, I'm the man of the match apparently. There you go. I'll be back 2 minutes myself. Was Klopp afraid to sub Salah? That's a good question, Jimmy, because I feel like it could have been a valid substitution tonight, but Jota was probably the worst of the front three in honesty, so if I'm making one of them, probably going to go with Jota to come off. Adzer said, what's the best game? Mo looked very tired on the TV. We're still through to the quarterfinals. Don't drop the heads. Absolutely. Look, we've got to take these losses on the chin, learn from them, look to be better and move on. Yeah, look, link is in the top of the live chat. We'll be back live in 2 minutes. Myself, Paddy, Chris and Kyle. I'm sure the lads will have a lot to get off their chest. Click on that video, that link, that'll bring you to the video. Drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in 2 minutes.